Hello everyone. I wanted to pop on and say that I finished a Field Notes wool gathering book. I'm really excited about that. I thought I would do a quick flip through and then set up my new one with you guys. And I'm wondering how you're doing with yours. I'm just loving it. It's just such a joy. I can't even tell you how much I'm enjoying it. And I really, really love the smaller format book. Just absolutely loving it. So let's do a little walkthrough. This is a sticker by artist Teresa Hutt. She's a friend of mine, and she sent me this Ganesha sticker. I love it. And I'm gonna decorate my Field Notes books if they're not already filled with art somehow, because sometimes you can get them with another artist's work on them, so that'll be fun too. So in the beginning, and that's actually going to change a little bit, and then just here we go. It's just a whole bunch of stuff from all different sources that I've read over the past couple weeks, and it's just wonderful. And then I've got an indexing system in place, and I will do a separate video about that because it might be helpful for you. And then you can also share your indexing with me. So these are just all different kinds of topics, right? Sometimes, and I got this idea from Megan Rhiannon, if there are two subjects, you just put two. I mean, you just code it the way it needs to be coded. One thing I've done is I've drawn my vertical lines in pencil, and then my margin notes are in pencil. So that differentiates my words from someone else's words. Like this is by the musician Michael Stipe. So the people's quotes are in pen, and then my words are in pencil. And then all horizontal lines are made with my with a colored pencil. Here I was quoting an interview of Patti Smith that was in Harper's Bazaar magazine, and so I took a photograph of the cover and printed it out on my mini printer to put in there, so I remembered it. The article was by Chloe Cooper Jones, and I just wanted to document some of it that was meaningful to me. To keep things sort of center justified, I don't put hyphens, or I try to remember not to, because I don't like the way they look. Every now and then I accidentally put one in, but if there's a word break, if I run out of space, excuse me, I'm so sorry. If I run out of space and the word's not over, I just move it and start it on the other line, and it reads just perfectly, like beauty watches beauty. It works perfectly. I've just had such a great time with this. Really, really great time. There was some show through on this part of the paper from a pen that I used, so I just put a piece of scrap paper there and decorated the tape. And sometimes I don't have margin notes, right? But I knew I would eventually, so I thought I might, but I didn't end up writing anything. Same thing, show through on the other side, so I put one of my paintings there, just taped it in. So that's it. It's almost done. 44 pages. I love it. I love the aesthetic of it. And then here it just goes to this is where I made a little key of the tools that I used in this book. And that's fun to see too, what I was using at the time, right? What my chosen tools were. So that's the book. And I did end up getting the storage box. And so I'm going to, it hasn't arrived yet, but when it does, I'm going to store them in there. over here on my bookshelf and keep adding to them. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning. I got plenty of sleep last night. So this is my new book, and this is the Field Notes vignette series. It's like this beautiful gray, kind of coated paper with field notes in a darker gray. It's very just sort of unobtrusive, which I love. And then it has this little pocket where you can take your own artwork or anything really, a photograph, and just tuck it in to make your own cover. And so I made a little painting, cut it to size to fit in the window. And it actually comes with a template to help you do that. So pretty cool. So we will get, I'm gonna get this set up. I'm gonna use this one as my guide. So I'm actually thinking I've got enough stickers left, but I was gonna look and see. Let's see here. I was gonna look and see if I had any other circle stickers that I might want to use. Let's see what I have in here. These might be too big. Those are too big. And there's not enough of these. Let's see. I mean, I guess I could use these if I cut them in half, and use just half of one. But there's 8 colors. That's just making me think too hard. Those are too big. And then these might work. These might be fun to try this time. There's 6. There's 6 colors, so I think I will try those and just change it up every now and then with what I'm using. And so here I can just put these away. These were from Traveler's Notebook in a set that I got from them a long time ago. They're just little circle stickers. And then these are from Stalogy, or whatever you call it. So I'll just store these, and then I'll use those again another time. So it'll just mix it up a little bit, right? And make it different. So I wrote a note here. Here we go. So field notes, these are going to be my my topics: fiction, nonfiction, myth and storytelling, haiku, being, which is sort of a catch-all phrase, and then poetics. So that's how I'm going to break it down for the field notes. And then for my Robiki notebook, it's going to, for when I start the next one, and from here on forward, actually, since I'm starting this one, it's going to be art, creativity, Japanese aesthetics, color, being, and ideas. And so those are going to be my topics. So actually, I'll start here. I'm going to write my name. I've got to keep looking at my watch to make sure I'm in frame, because it's been a real problem of it just zooming in for no reason at all. So I'm going to write my name here. I'm just going to use really simple letters. All right, and then since this is dark, I'm going to use this metallic, which is kind of nice. So this is, I'm starting this on January 4th, so 1/4/23 in East Aurora. And then this one I can write, I ended it on 1/4/23. Okay. And then I'll just put in my email address and that stuff later. So I'm going to make my key. So I usually go five grids over. I love grids, and I love that these are this pale gray. So this one, these are like a pale mustard color, and these are a pale gray. It's interesting that they switch the color to look good with whatever the notebook cover is. I like that. Aesthetically, I like that. Okay, and so I've been using just my black pen. All right, so my topics are start up here. This is my key. So it's going to be fiction. So I'm going to and then nonfiction. And then myth and storytelling. So I'm just going to put myth because I know that means storytelling. And then haiku. Being. And poetics. And I could always add to this if I wanted to, you know, that's possible. So before I had 5, now I have 6, right? And so I'm going to put my colors down here. So for fiction, let me see if I grab my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? Here they are. These tiny stickers are really difficult for me. And they're even difficult with tweezers. So I'll do fiction, and then nonfiction will be orange. Myth will be red. Haiku will be violet. Being will be indigo. Purple, really. And blue will be poetics. All right, that works. So these will now, and this is always with me, so I just keep these in here. This is just a folder that stationery came in at one time, and I just put a sticker on it. Okay, so that's that. And then I will and put a sticker, some kind of sticker. I'm really loving these teacup stickers right now, so I'm going to use that. I love stickers and washi tape. I will have any excuse to use them. And then here I'm going to write a home for all the drips and the drops. And then I will put my dedication here later. So that's it. I'm all set up, and then I'll just turn the page and begin. And this one will be stored. It's just fabulous. I am enjoying this more than I can possibly say. Um, it's like I feel like I discovered the best thing I've discovered in a long time for myself, you know? And it is just a huge thing for me to be able to write all these things down in dedicated places, know where they're going to be, know where to look for them. And so the organizing system, the indexing, basically, I have colored index cards, right? And so all yellow will be fiction, all of the orange are nonfiction, you know, that kind of thing. And then the ones in the Robiki sort of match that, right? And so I'll have like the color coded cards, and then I'll write down the names of the authors or the books that I was reading, or just basically the author's name. And so it's like the best way I know if I'm looking for, let's say, something about Patti Smith, I can look on the fiction cards and just see what books I've written about Patti Smith in, for instance. So it's not like incredibly detailed, but it'll give me a hint on where to go. And then these books are all going to be stored by month in order, and they'll have volume numbers. There's actually index cards in the Field Notes storage box that allows you to do a general indexing as well. So I am pretty excited about this. It's been a huge thing for me, and I'm just thrilled. And I would love to hear about yours. If you started one, how it's going, what you're using, you know, the kinds of things that you find yourself writing. It's pretty great. So I think a key thing to remember is this is not really from my thoughts. I have margin notes, things that I want to remember about what I was thinking and why I thought this was important, right? But for my own writing, I have other books, right? I've got my daily, I've got my morning pages, which is really, I'm about to do a tour of this one. This is a creative place where I just get all my brain dumping down in the mornings. And I make it pretty. I have fun, you know, decorating it and doing fun things with it. And then I have this one. Where are you? This is just, this is my own thoughts, right? And then in the evenings, what I've been doing is I've been doing a page a day in a Hobonichi Techo. And that's what I'm using this for. And I just started this one on January 1st, so obviously only a few days. And I'm just filling in the page for the day, sort of like an end of day accounting, like a diary. And I used to have a 3-year journal, and that I finished that. And so this is just so every day you come in and the page is about this big actually, and there's like this much room. It just wasn't enough for me. I wanted to expand on that. So this is just going to be for the year, you know. So tonight before I go to bed, I have a cup of tea and I just sit down and I put my thoughts down about the day, and that's sort of my own personal writing. So the Woolgathering books are not about that. They're really a storage place for, just like I said, the bits and bobs of things that I'm reading and exploring in my life. And those things change all the time. So the system will change, like the categories. The categories probably won't change now. This one was a little different, but this is the same as in the Robiki. So now I'm going to have 2. I'm going to have one for more writing based things and one for more art based things. And those are really what I consume, right? Things, it's either literature or art, and being falls into every other category possible. So it just seems to be a good system so far. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I will see you again soon. Take care.